just had a bad day.
And that's I feel like that's kind of actually the biggest beauty about fighting games is that you kind of see the human element in its like biggest right. You see and understand like even the best players, even no matter how much you train, sometimes you just have a bad day.
Yeah.
And it happens to everyone, even a zero.
Well, yeah. I think we just recently seen that. All right. Looks like game number 1. They're hovering over Final Destination right now. And okay, this is a fist bump, so
okay,
it shouldn't be a button check.
So this is kind of an interesting pick because I feel like both of these characters, I feel like neither of these characters really want FD. Because both these characters, they really benefit greatly off of the platform. So I'm personally not entirely sure which character is going to benefit here, or if this matchup just ends up being neutral on a stage like Final Destination.
You know, there is a very strong possibility that it could be, you know, neutral. As you know, there are no platforms, so both characters are going to struggle to land a bit. You know, most notably, you know, Bayonetta, obviously she has a ton of tools to keep her in the air. That's kind of her forte, but the same could be said about Rosalina and Luma as well.
And Midnight was playing around with the Luma a little bit at the ledge, but Kamui was able to sneak on out of there. Managed to get the grab. Good up throw.
They try to separate Rosalina from Luma right now. She finds her way back home. Slightly off the mark with the dash attack, and both players right now just kind of dancing around each other.
Wow, the afterburner kick actually going through the forward air, I believe it was, that Midnight threw out.
Okay, both playing really safe. I like this slow play style.
Just a big shot for Yukio in the back. A lot of like resetting to neutral in this match. I find it quite interesting because like neither of these players are really being like super aggressive or like they're playing a lot more defensive than they are anything based on all these neutral resets.
Yeah, neither player really wants to whiff anything versus each other. You know, obviously you don't want to whiff anything versus Bayo, but you don't want to whiff anything versus Rosalie and Luma as well. As you see, the minute that Midnight gets thrown in air, he is trying his darndest to make sure that he comes back.
Midnight gonna try to put that Luma in position. Doesn't manage to catch Kamui on the roll-in. Not going to kill him though, even with the Luma knockback. But I would think another up air from that Luma and Kamui would get knocked out. But starting to play super safe with the spacings here against Midnight.
Yeah, you know, and that's the age-old saying. Slow and steady is definitely going to win the race here. This is what Rosalina does, man. She slows the match down. She forces you to come to her, and she builds up this immense, what virtually seems like unscalable wall that you have to try to figure out how to get over.
Kamui tried looking for the witch time there onto Rosalina. Could have potentially carried Midnight off to the top, but Kamui actually tried hitting the Luma there. Does manage to hit it, but unfortunately gets punished with the up air.
Up air is going to close out that stock right there. Now, there's just a lot of conditioning there, you know, fresh out of the gate. I think, you know, you have to understand when you go into a match, you know, your pros and cons. I think Rosie knows that, like, she's not the most aggressive character. She can be aggressive at times, but her, you know, her stick is definitely, you know, a slow and defensive play style.
And it also definitely favors, Rosa definitely also favors you more if you're a more methodical player and understand how to utilize your Luma very well. But Kamui trying going for the fast fall neutral there, unfortunately does not connect.
There's a dash attack though right now. Midnight's off stage now. I like what he's doing. Trying to condition him out there in that lackluster up special, getting punished.
Midnight tried going for a higher recovery there, and Kamui just reading it right off the bat. Midnight trying to go for some up air juggles there. Witch time is unfortunately not going to witch time Rosa. I'm not actually sure if it works the same way if Luma hits the witch time and not Rosa.
Yeah. Okay, so back throw. I like the quarter circle after burner kick to try to come back. Making sure you want to snap that ledge as quickly as possible. I know a lot of times people get comfortable, you know, recovering higher, not snapping ledge versus Rosalina. You get hit with a forward smash or hell, even an up smash.
But Kamui coming through with a great DI there, managing to keep himself alive in this game 1 against Midnight.
Okay.
Once again, Midnight doesn't really have any reason to approach. Kamui's got the one that has to be forced to approach, and you're not going to be able to apply damage to those bullets forever.
No, absolutely not. You know, the bullet climax, obviously, you know, that's probably the better of her two options when it comes to shooting guns. But, you know, the bullet arts are a move that I think a lot of people kind of sleep on versus Bayonetta. You know, attacks on, I believe, like 10% if all the bullets hit. And I know, like, if you lose track of Bayonetta in doubles, you know, chances are she's probably somewhere in the corner hitting you with bullet art.
Yeah, you really got to watch for those bullets. But Midnight right now, doing a really good job of trapping Kamui at the ledge, just having a difficult time being able to break through this wall that Midnight's putting up with Rosalina.
Oh, try to gentleman him. Oh, and then, wow, gets the falling up air at that.
Yeah, Kamui going for the falling neutral air there, maybe to try and force Midnight into the same position that Midnight was forcing onto Kamui, but Midnight ready to react.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Very slow, you know, game number 1, probably our slowest match of the day, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's the beauty of Smash, where it can be played at, like, you know, 100 miles per hour, or it could be, you know, played at 10.
You get to see these different play styles that you it could not be normal for, like, said characters, so you get to see matchups in different lights.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are going to go to Smashville for this game 2.
Alrighty, and I like what I'm seeing here. Midnight just completely ducking right under the bullet climax. Using Luma, you know, to her fullest extent there. Oh, runs right out, comes back in, gets the grab, but, you know, what good is Bayonetta if she can't land her combos to the top? As we know, we've seen him, you know, get a few opportunities to really, you know, take Midnight, you know, to the top of the screen, but he's kind of dropping him.
Yeah, Midnight, it seems like Midnight's actually kind of making it tricky for Kamui to be able to sneak in those combos that he really wants to, those bread and butter combos like Bayonetta usually gets, but Midnight...
Especially on Rosalina.
Yeah, it's very interesting, too, because I would figure Rosalina would be one of those characters that would kind of get carried easily by the Wish Twist, but the way Midnight's playing right now, it's making it very difficult. Oh, goodbye, Luma. Jeez.
It's going to be the longest, what, 12, 13 seconds of, you know, Rosalina's life in this match. Okay, tries the forward and round shield, opens him up again with another Witch Twist, but catches him right as he was coming back to the stage. Barely just grabbed that man right out the air.
Ooh, power shielding the back air, though. Midnight opting for the back throw, once again forcing Kamui onto the ledge, but Kamui gonna make his way back mid-stage, getting punished with the up smash, not gonna kill. Bats within through the up air from Rosalina.
Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate to see there. It kind of looked like, you know, Kamui really, you know, had him where he wanted him, but, you know, Bat within just coming out and saving his skin there.
Yeah, the big struggle here for Kamui is that he's gotten rid of Luma twice now, but like when we saw in game 1, he was having a really hard time getting rid of Luma, and if you can't get rid of Luma, especially in the way that Midnight is using Luma, it's absolutely terrifying to be able to try and break through the wall and be able to punish a character like Rosalina for what she's doing.
And Midnight just has so much control of this match that he's not even just throwing all the moves out. You know, we're only really seeing like a gentleman jab here and there. You know, maybe a neutral air and up air. You know, we're not really seeing Rosalina at her fullest extent, but that's kind of the beauty of the character. You know, she has the overall, you know, stage dominance. She can pretty much just do whatever she wants to.
Yeah, Midnight's playing Rosalina pretty basic in my opinion. You know, but outside of the Luma usage, but it's very interesting to see, considering like when you look at Rosalina at like a high level, especially when you watch like the Buzz or Fallen use Rosalina, you see some really crazy like technical stuff that you'll see them do with Rosa. Midnight showing that the basics can be all you need, but in an instance like that, Kamui is saying a down air is all I need.
The down air is indeed all he needs, and he's letting him know, you know, if I'm going down, I'm definitely going down swinging here. Okay. Back off stage again. Instead of going out there and trying to punish it, just kind of, you know, hanging around on the ledge of the stage, trying to catch him again with those, you know, gentleman jobs, or hell, even depending on how you recover, a down tilt is enough to keep you out there.
I feel like the thing I want to see from Kamui more when he's trying to recover from the ledge, because you notice a lot of the time when Midnight's putting that in that positioning that he is, oh my god, Kamui goes straight to the top, but just racking on a lot of damage. Will Kamui be able to continue it? No, he will not.
One of those few situations where Luma doesn't really help you out. You know, Luma kind of kept him in that combo.
Yeah, but I was going to say, when Kamui is stuck at the ledge like he has been like several times during this set now, I want to see him to use the jump recovery more. You notice a lot of times he'll try and do a roll to try and get past Luma, but he'll just get grabbed just like that right on the landing. Yeah,
and that's, again, that just goes to show, you know, how strong, you know, Midnight is in this matchup, understanding that he has stage control, and he's, you know, kind of forcing, you know, Kamui in some very interesting situations. You know, he hasn't really been able to land any witch times. I don't think we've seen that at all during the entirety of this game.
I think we've seen one, but he wasn't able to get a stock off of the witch time. So Kamui, again, yeah, he's definitely. Oh, whoa! Very unfortunate there. I think he tried going for a short hop recovery back onto the stage, maybe trying to base something up from Midnight, and unfortunately just